Many people turn to AI because it feels completely non-judgmental, an always available presence that never interrupts, never raises an eyebrow, never reacts with surprise or disappointment. There is a genuine appeal in that kind of neutrality. For someone who has been criticized, invalidated, or dismissed in the past, AI can feel like a safer space to express raw emotions. It allows people to speak freely without worrying about being misunderstood or hurting someone's feelings. That freedom can reduce shame and help them articulate thoughts they've never shared with anyone. In that sense, AI can provide a warm starting point, a way to practice putting hard feelings into words, to experiment with vulnerability in a low-risk setting, and to feel momentarily supported when human connection feels too overwhelming. But beneath that comfort lies a deeper psychological pattern. Many people choose AI not because they prefer machines, but because they fear humans. They fear being judged, rejected, disagreed with, or emotionally misread. They fear disappointing someone or being perceived as too much. They fear the possibility of conflict or the unpredictable reactions that real humans inevitably bring. AI feels easier precisely because it removes all the relational risks. Someone with social anxiety, trauma, or long histories of invalidation may find human interaction so fraught that a non-judgmental chatbot feels like the only place safe enough to open up. However, this very safety reveals the central danger. Avoiding human vulnerability prevents emotional growth. Therapy works because it involves another human being with personal reactions, perceptions, and boundaries, engaging with the client in a living, dynamic relationship. Healing requires being seen by someone who can reflect your emotions accurately, offer compassion that comes from real understanding, and challenge patterns rooted in past hurt. AI cannot recreate that relational complexity. It can mimic empathy, but it does not feel it. It can generate comforting sentences, but it cannot offer moral insight, lived experience, or genuine presence. It cannot help someone navigate the discomfort of being truly known by another human. Another risk is that AI's non-judgmental nature can unintentionally reinforce avoidance. If someone routinely turns to a chatbot because it feels easier than speaking to a therapist, they may become even more afraid of real vulnerability. That avoidance can deepen shame and keep painful beliefs alive. Beliefs like, my feelings are too much for people, or if someone really knew me, they'd leave. Instead of challenging those beliefs, AI accommodates them, creating the illusion of safety while quietly strengthening the fear underneath. Over time, this can increase isolation, weaken relational resilience, and make starting therapy even more frightening. There's also the issue of stagnation. A human therapist notices subtle patterns, contradictions in a person's story, emotional shifts, defensive jokes, protective body language, or hesitations that signal deeper wounds. AI cannot perceive those nuanced cues. It may validate emotions while missing the larger context, or offer kindness without addressing harmful assumptions. Without someone trained to gently question, confront, or redirect, people may remain stuck in loops they don't even realize they're repeating. The apparent comfort of AI can mask the absence of real progress. Yet AI does offer a meaningful psychological benefit. It gives people a low-pressure way to start exploring their inner world. For someone terrified of judgment, writing to a chatbot can be the first crack in the wall, a rehearsal space where they learn to name their feelings, organize their thoughts, and recognize their own emotional patterns. That work can make the transition to therapy easier. AI can also help users track moods, document triggers, and reflect on experiences in between sessions, making therapy more productive. In this way, AI can serve as a supporting tool, an entry point into emotional honesty, not a substitute for the deeper relational work that healing requires. In the end, the difference comes down to what humans can provide that algorithms cannot: attuned presence, real emotional understanding, accountability, and the nuanced exchange that reshapes how someone sees themselves and others. Therapy isn't just about talking. It's about experiencing a relationship where vulnerability is met with compassion instead of judgment, where fears are understood rather than avoided, and where growth is supported rather than simply comforted. AI can help someone begin the journey. A therapist helps them transform it.